What a machine, this Bugatti Veyron. I'm Serge Langenoen and this is a new Ride My Vlog. In this first episode about the Bugatti, I'm going to show you what we did on this car, all the stages to get the car ready for the most extreme paint protection we can offer here at Ride and Shine Detailing, and to get this car back into a mint condition. This Bugatti is a car that is almost 10 years old, and it has a history of wrapping and also rallies. And when the car came in and I took a close look at the car, I really saw this history. Also, the car was protected with PPF a long time ago. This was installed in the old way. This means that you see a lot of lines at the edges, you know, when you see the panels, and then the PPF is installed way too far from the edge of the panel, and this means that that part was not protected against stone chipping, so there are some chips over there. Also, the foil was not on a complete car, but they installed a bra, and a bra is just a partial on the hood, like 20% of the hood. It was protected with PPF and not the whole hood. So when you look at it, you will see that the stone chips are on the whole hood except on the part where the bra was installed. Also, a lot of parts on the bumpers and on the edges of the doors, you will see that there is a small line of PPF, and this PPF turned really ugly. It was dirty on the edges, and also it doesn't protect the car the way it should protect the car. If you look further at some of the parts on the car, you will see that the paint protection film was only installed partially. So this means that not the whole panel was protected. Also the side skirts, the carbon side skirts, at the bottom of the car, they were only protected at the edges, so not the whole carbon part was protected against stone chipping. The rear bumper had also PPF on the sides of the bumper, not the whole bumper, but this only protects the bumper partially and not efficient enough. When I opened the doors and also the hood, I saw that the inside of the doors and also the lines at the hood were very dirty. We also have to clean this very thoroughly, because when you install PPF and you go around the edges, so this is on edge, you install foil on edge, then it really needs to be clean. Otherwise you don't have the attachment with the foil onto the paint. We have a special wash bay here at Ride and Shine Detailing that is specially designed to our needs, with soft water, with a special high pressure washer at the exact temperatures with water, and at this place we can get this car really clean. So not all washing stages are in this video, but we show you some parts of the washing stages, like de-ironizing. That's one of the most important stages of washing, because the iron parts that are inside the pollution, they are giving a chemical reaction to the cleaner, and then you'll see that it all turns red. If you look closely at the car, you see all these little red dots that are like dripping off the car. And afterwards, of course, you have to rinse the car very thoroughly to get everything off. And then we go on with the next stage, that's the foaming. But enough about explaining washing this car. I think it's better that you look at the footage. It speaks for itself. Now we had the car clean, and I put the car on onto my car lift, and we started taking off the PPF. In the beginning, it went very well, and the PPF came off quite easily, especially on the front of the car. There was no problems. But when we got to the right side of the car, the PPF turned out to be something really different. It was a complete other quality of PPF, and it just came off in little parts like this, like a centimeter or 2 centimeters at a time. And when the PPF was off, there was also a lot of glue left behind. So it took us almost a week to get all the PPF off the car. When you remove PPF from the car, especially when it's on for years, you have to be really careful that you don't damage the clear coat of the car. The glue is sometimes so attached to the clear coat, when you take it off, you can just rip the clear coat off as well. At this stage, we are looking at the wheel arches of the Bugatti. I took off the wheels very carefully, because notice that one wheel is 20,000 euros. When the wheels were off, I could take a very close look at the wheel arches, and everything is made of carbon, only there was so much dirt attached to the carbon that it almost looked like normal plastics. So I started cleaning the wheel arches with water, with a brush, and APC, all-purpose cleaner, and also with steam, to make sure that every part of the wheel arch was very, very clean. There was also a grill behind the wheel, at the air vents, that contains a lot of stones, because when you're driving, all the stones just keep hitting into the air vent and got stuck into the grill. So I had to take a pincher to get all these stones out. And you know, I had a handful of stones that came out of one grill. Also, the cleaning of the wheel arches took me quite a long time to get them really clean, but the end result was very satisfying, because now you could see all the carbon again. Speaking about carbon, the whole undercarriage of this car is carbon. So I had to clean the whole undercarriage with APC, a brush, and towels to get it really clean. Polishing is one of the next stages that takes me a lot of time. Each panel of this car I confronted separately, because there was a part on this car that was resprayed, and then you have to approach this paint different than the original paint. There were a lot of swirls and RDSs on this car, and some parts I could correct in 3 stages, and some parts I could correct in like 5 stages. It's not like that every polish stage is in 3 hits, because sometimes you have to do the compounding of one part like 4 or 5 times, and then you go on to the next stage, and so you build of your polishing stages to a very light stage that is the end of the polishing result, and then you get this very, very high gloss and smooth finish of your work. This was it for this episode, but in the next episode you can have a look at the installation of the PPF, applying the Mayvinci Ayamo coating on top of the PPF and the rest of the car. I also apply coating on the whole undercarriage of the car. I clean the interior of the car, a leather cleaning, and you can take a look at the end result, but that's for next week. By the way, if you're new to my channel, you can subscribe here, or you can watch other videos over here.